Hello and welcome to Sim Radio here on the Sisters in Music Network. It's Monday Music Madness and you're tuned into Mixing It with Nicki Kris. This is Nicki, and in case you don't know anything about me, I'm a singer-songwriter from Raleigh, North Carolina. My show celebrates women in the music and entertainment industry, providing an avenue for them to showcase their talent. Our motto, Sisters in Music, together we are stronger. My guest today is a Los Angeles-based singer-songwriter who is the real music tour de force. I absolutely love that phrase. Formerly signed to No Limit Records and managed by Snoop, the father of legendary rapper Snoop Dogg, she has worked with and opened for many industry vets. She has performed in various places around the U.S. and as far away as Osaka, Japan. In 2022 and 2023, she had two top 40 radio charting singles. And just recently, her track, Waiting for You, garnered valid consideration for Best R&B Performance for the 66 Grammy Awards, one of her biggest accolades to date. Please join me in welcoming the fabulous Annyett Royale. Welcome to Mixing It, Annyett. How are you?
Hey, I am good. I'm excited to be on the show. Thank you so much for having me.
You are so welcome, and I am so excited to share you and your music with everyone. So let's get right into things. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started in music.
How I got started in music. I really don't know how I got started in music, but my mom would always say that I've been singing ever since I could talk. I am one of 7 children. My dad had the most amazing voice in the world, so I was definitely inspired by him right off. But out of those 7 kids, I'm the only one that inherited the gift. So I can basically say that's how I got started, just, listening to my dad as a kid and then, doing local talent shows and things like that around the age of 13. Pretty shy before then and probably still shy then, but, I got my feet wet and won my first talent show at my first talent show. So I won first place the first time I did a talent show. And then ever since then, I'm like, I'm totally inspired to do this. They really like me. I really got something. And then professionally, I would say that began, with No Limit. That was probably my first time professionally really doing something.
That's fantastic. I want to tee off your dad being in music. Was he a professional musician? What type of things did he do, or did he just do it on the side?
He did nothing professionally with his voice. And when I tell you, I still have not heard a voice like mine, not even remotely close. My dad died early. He died in his 40s, and he never pursued music professionally. So it was just one of those things that I felt he wasn't doing anything with it. But out of 7 kids, and I'm the only one that inherited the gift, I never sang in a choir. No one's ever taught me anything. It was just basically by ear. And, I just felt like I had a gift. I felt like I just had to do it. It was just in me. And I don't think everybody is gifted with it.
That I would certainly agree. And yeah. I'm sorry about the loss of your father. And we're excited, though, that you did inherit the gift because I have listened to you. Yes, you should be, because I've listened to you. And you certainly do have a magical voice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And it sounds like your father obviously was a musical inspiration, but who maybe are some of your other main musical influences that you might draw some inspiration from?
I've got such an old soul. So my grandma used to always play Aretha Franklin around the house. So I would say Aretha Franklin, Tina Turner. I was singing What's Love Got to Do with It before I even knew what love was. I was a kid. I was probably, had to be around 6, 7 singing that song. I'm inspired by people like Brandy, of course, Whitney Houston, who is inspired by her. I love her as one of the newer artists right now. Love Jasmine Sullivan. I love Stevie Wonder. I love so many of the legends. I love. I mean, I love Celine Dion. I love Lisa her. Those are some of the people that I would say that I'm influenced by the most.
Very, very good choices, and a nice mix of genres, styles. So very influential, because I always love to ask that question, because it's very interesting to hear. A lot of people actually do mention a lot of the greats, Aretha Franklin, Tina Turner, things like that. And it's so wonderful to hear how much of an impact that they have had on so many people. Absolutely love it.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely.
Tell us a little bit about what you enjoy most about being an artist. I mean, you mentioned that you had your first talent show at 13. You won it. You're obviously performing all over the world. What do you enjoy most about being a artist?
It's what I love to do. For me, I've done other things other than music, but I always been brought back to it, whether I was writing the music, performing the music. What I love about being an artist is simply doing what I absolutely love to do. I wake up, I go to bed, thinking about music. Could not really imagine myself doing anything other than this, and I don't think anything else gives me the fulfillment that I get in doing it. Like I said, I took a step away from music for a while, had a really great career, in banking, but the money was good, but it just didn't fulfill me. So I would say that that's it right there. Whatever it is that fulfills one, I think it's really what you should be doing. And I think music is just it for me. There's nothing else I can imagine myself doing.
That's a good enough reason. Definitely a good enough reason. Well, this is a great place for us to share the first song that you brought with you. This is the Grammy-considered track, Waiting for You. Tell us how this song came about.
How this song came about, I kept asking. I call him my brother, but he's really just an amazing friend. But he is my brother now. You can't get away from that. I kept asking him for a song that had more of a Caribbean, reggae, Afrobeat vibe, and I've been asking for this for, I would probably say, about 4 or 5 years. And one day he sent me the song, and I was just like, that's it. I'm like, is this for me? And he goes, is it for you? And I'm like, I think it's for me. We actually ended up putting out another song that I'm sure you'll talk about before this one. Couldn't wait to get to this. We recorded the song. It came out beautiful. And then I had sent it over to another artist in Jamaica. His name is Dre J.A., really big artist there. He's worked with a lot of the industry vets as well in his genre, which is reggae and dancehall. I sent it to him, and then he sent it back with a feature of himself. I didn't even know that he was going to do that. But when he sent it, it made the song just that much more magical. And that's how this song came about. I'm like, we have to put this out. We have to do a video. We got to do whatever it takes to put this song out, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, it is awesome. And I'm glad that you shared with us Dre J.A.'s name, because I actually was going to ask who was singing on it, because I picked, no, I really was, because I was like, wait a minute. So I'm really glad that you have looped him into the conversation, telling us a little about this. So, all right, everybody. Well, we're going to play this for you, and you're absolutely going to love it. So this is Waiting for You by Annyett Royale.
How you feeling out there?
My man said, wait for me. They say that love is for fools. We play, we break all the rules.
Bro, we're both fooling
Enough manners to offer me company, but I'm waiting for you. They say if you reach for the stars, he gon' give you the moon. And when we all alone, we gon' do all them things that them new lovers do. Them try it, oh, really wanna wait for you. Enough manners to offer me company, but I'll wait for you. Oh, nah. We dance, we ball, catch flights. My baby, oh. Tipsy, make love all night. My baby, my baby. No Enough money won't change my mind.
Right.
But I'm waiting for you.
You better.
I'm waiting for you. My mind said wait for me. Said wait for me. My mind said wait for me. I wanna wake up next to you in the morning. I see you in the dawn.
Like that, no?
Big ship set sail when the sun rise.
Yeah,
Baby,
drop it
we
anchor,
on
though.
it, on it. I love when I get lost in your eyes. I feel like I'm falling. And I can't wait till you're all mine. I'm trying it, ooh. I wanna wait for you. Enough money's too hard for me company, but I'll wait for you.
That's so wonderful.
Oh, nah. We dance, we ball, catch flights.
What she say?
Tipsy, make love all night. Enough money won't change my mind.
Can't change that.
But I'm waiting for you.
Can't change that. Alright then, she wanna link with a rasta. I touch to no lobster. From looking at you, it's a rapture. Kitty well fat, yeah, you know me have to capture you. Your love is everything to me. I once I touch you, girl, you be into me. Love all you wind up on me. Room 44 privacy. Alright, it's not ecstasy. Turn on and bend, make me drill you. Look how you loving the vice, become a splitting your ties. Get in your mind after you get in my ride. Oh, can't wait to get the inside. All at one night stand, me I go push it aside.
We dance, we ball, catch flights. Tipsy, make love all night. Enough money won't change my mind. But I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. We dance, we ball, catch
What's the all night
flights.
she want, yeah.
Tipsy, make love all
Give my
night.
love and she want, yeah.
Enough money won't change my mind. But I'm waiting for you. I'm waiting for you.
We gon' run it up, yeah.
Give my love and she want,
Wanna
yeah.
feel the rush, yeah. They can get enough, yeah.
Say no more.
I can certainly see why this was up for Grammy contention, if you will, which is so exciting. Having been there myself, I can definitely relate to the excitement of being on the ballot. So congratulations on that. That's a massive, massive accomplishment. So excited
Oh,
for
yes.
you. Can certainly see why that was there. Because you know what's really nice about this song, and it's interesting when you were explaining it about the reggae influences. I actually was picking up on that as well when I was listening to it, but it very seamlessly blends what I would call like a reggaeton type of beat with your smooth, sultry vocals, because I'm also hearing a little bit of like jazz in your voice a little bit. I know this is classified as kind of like R&B, but I get that like jazzy vibe from you as well too. I don't know if you meant to do that or not, but I love the way that the two of those have been brought together in this song. And, you know, congratulations to all involved because it's really, really awesome. You're quite welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely did not want it to sound, like a typical R&B reggae type song. I really didn't. Everything that I do, I try to be very unique, and have my distinctive touch, which does have that soul, jazz, smooth element to things, which is kind of unexpected, when you listen to it. But I always like giving it that element of surprise, taking it one step further, just so people like yourself can say, wow, she actually did something different, something unexpected. It doesn't sound like I would have thought it would have sounded when it first came on. So thank you for that.
You're quite welcome. Well, very well done. So I want to go back and talk about, you've obviously done quite a bit in your career. You've worked with, opened up for many industry events. Are you still managed by Papa Snoop, or was that previously?
That was previously, but he's still very instrumental in my life. There's some things that, he still helps or manages in my career. We talk a couple of times a week. He himself has a lot of things going on right now. He's actually in a movie with a lot of industry that's like, Method Man, but he lets everybody know that he and I still very much work together. But him being my official management at this time, no, but assume a role on my team.
Well, that's great.
Yes.
And I think that that's absolutely fantastic. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
he's a legend in and of himself. Obviously, his son is a legend.
Yeah.
And you've done all these things. Have you had any, like, really big musical challenges that you've had to overcome? Or, what do you feel potentially you might need to improve on, I guess, if you will, to maybe get to the next level, whatever that may be? Tell us about some of the maybe musical challenges that you feel you've had to face.
Some of the music challenges are probably some that a lot of artists, not just myself, have had to face. And that's just people really taking you serious, people giving you an opportunity because, especially being independent, sometimes people that can really do things for you don't want to do it because you're independent and they feel like, okay, well, she's independent and she ain't got no money, which a lot of the times is true. They have no capital. So these people want to get paid, you know what I'm saying, to do what they do for other artists. My biggest obstacle is just people really taking a chance on me, on talent. The only difference between me and anybody else, like Beyonce or some of the people that I listed as my greats, is the right opportunity. I know that what I have is God-given, and I know that with that being said, nobody can take it away. All I need is the right opportunity, and that will get me to the next level. And I've been given plenty, so don't get me wrong. I got signed to No Limit on the spot just because, I took a chance one day, at Snoop's house, and I was challenged to sing a song. He didn't even know I could sing. He was playing Nintendo. He turned around and looked at me and was like, wait a minute, this girl's been at my house all this time, and she's never sang because his first cousin is my god sister. I didn't go over there for that, but I got put on the spot, and I said, okay, well, you call me to the carpet, I'm gonna show you what I can do. Next thing I know, I'm being offered an opportunity with No Limit. Papa Snoop started managing me, and that was that. But again, it's just the right opportunity is all I feel that is missing, and that has been my biggest challenge. Is just with all of the talent out there, having someone say, you know what, I'm going to take you to the next level, the same way that Al Gomez did when he heard this song, and he got me the consideration for the Grammy. Those people, just more of those people.
Well, yeah, you're exactly correct. Obviously, being an independent artist as well, too, I can certainly relate to that. And unfortunately, it doesn't get easier, right? I've been in the business for a while, and, I see now other roadblocks coming up because there's other challenges in the music industry, but, we just work through them. And the biggest thing, like we mentioned prior to us, really getting involved in this interview, is helping each other and, making those connections and having those connections and establishing relationships. A lot of young artists really don't understand. If you're not making relationships and cultivating those musical friendships, right, you can keep things business, but you still need to make sure that you're cultivating those friendships, because you never know when that friendship may open your next door.
So, and yes, one thing you cannot put a dollar amount on is relationships. You can't put a dollar amount on that. So for me, I've built great relationships with a lot of great people. Colleen Wilson, she's everybody from, In Vogue to Nicki Minaj, and then her brother Ken Wilson, who used to be the president over at Universal. I've met people like that just simply, with my talent, but then also nurturing that relationship with them, to the point where, I can get advice from them. I can get a lot of things that other people can't get from them just simply by being who I am, being genuine about who I am, what I do, and that's that, you know. So I think that relationships are one of the biggest things and the biggest thing that has gotten me to where I am right now.
Amen to that. I can certainly join in on that as well. So relationships, very important. We talked about biggest challenges. We talked about relationships. How about your most memorable musical moment so far?
It would have to be this Grammy consideration. You know, it would have to be that, because for me, being considered for a Grammy, there are millions of songs, you know, that are submitted and released every year, but there's only a small percentage that is even considered. So I would have to say that was my biggest musical moment, you know. The consideration in itself was a win for me. It was a win for me.
And you should look at it that way. A lot of people don't understand the Recording Academy process, but you're exactly correct. There are millions of songs that get released every day, right? Because now it's so easy to release music. There's only a subset of those that get submitted to potentially be on the ballot, right? And then not all of those get accepted. So even being put on the ballot for nomination consideration is significant, and you should leverage that to the hilt. You know, it is a very significant accomplishment and one to be very, very proud of. And I'm so excited that you're embracing that with, you know, this is not an easy feat. It's not. It is not an easy feat. And, you know, you're there next to, you know, somebody that maybe you're there next to the name Beyonce, right? You know, so you sit there.
Come on.
Exactly. No, trust me, I know, right? Yeah, I get put next to the Taylor Swift name where I normally end up. You know, where it's just like, okay, you know, all right, we know how that's going to go. But yes, no, it's great. Absolutely wonderful. And speaking of more musical moments, things like that, is there anyone you would potentially like to collaborate with in the future, and why?
Well, one of them is definitely Celine Dion, because I absolutely love her voice. I feel like I can learn so much from her. And for me, it's about learning, you know. It's about learning from these industry vets that have been so instrumental in my life. I probably would have fainted if I actually had a chance to meet Aretha Franklin, because she is my number one. You know, I would love to work with Brandy, you know, growing up listening to her. She was very instrumental to me. I won my very first talent show singing Real Love by Mary J. Blige. She's another person I would love to work with. Oh, Adele. Oh, my goodness, I forgot that I met Adele. I would love to absolutely work with her as well. I would love to work with her, Jasmine Sullivan. Those are some of the people that I would love to work with. Stevie Wonder. Oh, my goodness, yeah. Those are definitely some of the people that I would love to work with, yeah.
Well, all fantastic choices. So we are going to put out manifestation vibes that, you know, maybe somebody on your list hears this and says, yes, I'm going to call up Annyett. All right, manifestation vibes. Okay. And with that, this is a great place for us to take a short break here from a word from one of our partners in podcasting. This is Chatting with Nat. We'll be right back on Mixing It with Nicki Kris here on Sim Radio.
Chatting with Nat is a podcast for independent women seeking to speak their truth and to break down barriers. We host honest conversations that help to guide and empower women. Speak your truth and set yourself free. Let your voice be heard.
And we're back on Mixing It with Nicki Kris on the Sim Radio Network, and my guest, Annyett Royale. Okay, we know that you write most of your songs, or at least collaborate with other artists. So one of the questions that I ask all of my songwriters is, do you have a songwriting or trick that you would like to share?
Write about everything. Even if you don't have all of the words in mind, write down the concept, because for me, if I'm going through something or I know somebody else is going through something, I'm like, oh my God, that's a good topic. I know other people are probably experiencing this. Let me write these concepts down. So that is the first thing that I do. But to be honest with you, I just feel like these random melodies in my head. And then even as I'm driving, sometimes I'll just hit record, and I'll just start, chanting things that probably don't even make sense, just to create that melody. And then I come up with the words through that. So although I am a writer, one of the things, though, I'm really good at is creating songs before there's even a beat or a track. Then I can go into the studio and the producer can then produce a track around my melody and the feel that I want to have. So, but yeah, write about everything. Even if you don't think it's going to be something, later on it may be. I've got concepts that I've probably written all my life, somewhere. But in my phone now, I probably have got about 5 or 6 years of concepts and things like that, chants. Yeah, that's what I would say.
Well, that's a very, very good tip, and I hope that some of our budding songwriters definitely take that down, because, yes, you never know when inspiration is going to hit you, and I, too, keep this concept. I literally had a conversation the other day with someone, and they mentioned one word, and I've now taken that word and turned it. I'm not saying, because it's going on the next album.
Okay. Yeah. Don't say it then.
No, I'm not saying it. But I mean, like, literally, it was like, talking to my producer, and we were like, oh man, yeah, this would be like a really, really cool song. And I'm like, yeah, this is it. Literally one word. So anyway,
wow,
wicked cool. You never know when inspiration can happen. So, all right, good tip. Moving forward into perhaps like the next 6 months, what can we expect from you? Do you have any releases coming up? Do you have any featured gigs coming up? Give us Anniett's life the next 6 months.
The next 6 months is going to be releasing new music, or at least working on new music. I have tons of songs that still need to be recorded. And then I also have some songs that have already been recorded, pre-recorded, that may or may not be my next release. So within the next 6 months, I can definitely say that I will be releasing something. As for performances, I am performing New Year's Eve here in California in Rancho Cucamonga at the Epic Event Center. I am in talks now about going back to Japan. So, yes, I'm trying to expand my horizons and perform in more places, both within the U.S. and without. So I'm definitely looking for those opportunities as well.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic. I'm jealous of you going to Japan. Can I come in your suitcase?
Yes, you can. It was such a wonderful experience, man. I learned a lot. I didn't even know what to expect. I had never been to Japan before, but I'll be happy, to be able to go back.
Well, that's fantastic. So hopefully that gets finalized and you get to go back. With that, let's talk about the second song you brought with you. I Want to Know, what is this song about?
I Want to Know is a typical, beginning of a relationship type song. I want to know about this person. I want to know what turns you on. I want to know what makes you feel good. And it could be coming from a male or a female. It's just that typical feel-good song is what it is. As soon as it comes on, this is also a song that I worked with Wes Joseph in both the production and writing. He did an awesome job. This was the other song that he presented to me when he presented Waiting for You, but we decided to put this song out first.
Well, it is another absolutely fantastic track. So we are going to play this for everybody. This is I Wanna Know by Annyett Royale.
Good girl, fly guy, hit me up in your fast ride. Hit the town for a dope night. It's about to be a long night, 'cause you're so fly. And every time I take a look at you, there's so many things I wanna do. Like, just for a little bit, I wanna hold your hand, love the way that you want me. Ooh, space, baby, goddamn, love the way you stay on me. Want you to be my man, love the way that you want me, love the way that you own me. I wanna know what turns you on, baby. I gotta know if I'm the girl you want and how you want me. I wanna know, do you think of me at 3 in the morning? I gotta know how I can make you mine, baby. I wanna know what keeps your eye and gets you open. I gotta know, I wanna know what turns you on and gets you going. I wanna know, I really wanna make you mine, oh mine. I wanna know if I'm the one for you, baby. When I see you, it's like the first time. I love the way you keep your eyes on me. Just be taken, but I don't mind. 'Cause in the end, you gon' say you want me. Put your hands on my body. I'm just seeing what it's gotta be. By the end of the night, I wanna hold your hand, love the way that you want me. Ooh, space, baby, goddamn, love the way you stay on me. Want you to be my man, love the way that you want me, love the way that you own me. I wanna know what turns you on. I gotta know if I'm the girl you want and how you want me. I wanna know, do you think of me at 3 in the morning? I wanna know how I can make you mine, baby. Wanna know what keeps your eye and gets you open. I gotta know, I wanna know what turns you on and gets you going. I wanna know, I really wanna make you mine, oh mine. I wanna know if I'm the one for you, baby. I wanna know what keeps your eye and gets you open. I wanna know what turns you on and gets you going. I wanna know, I really wanna make you mine, oh mine. If I'm the one for you, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Baby.
Again, like I mentioned, it's another fantastic track, and I love how it is like so different than the first time that we played. It's very different than Waiting for You, which is really cool. I love that.
It is the second song that made it onto Top 40 Radio, this song, and the longest song that made it on the Top 40 Radio.
Well, congratulations, because it is awesome.
Yes.
Great. Well, before we run out of time and before we sign off, is there anything else that you would like to share with our listeners? You want to give them any words of wisdom, tell them where they can find you on social media? This is your chance to tell our listeners anything you'd like to share.
Sure, absolutely. What I want to share with the listeners is don't give up. Giving up means you have to start over. So whatever it is that you want to do, stay consistent with that. Love what you do. It's not always about the money. It's bigger than the money. Where you can find me is on all social media platforms, The Real Annyett Royale.
All righty. Well, Annyett, thank you so very much for taking the time to chat with me today. It has been an absolute pleasure sharing you with our listeners, getting to know more about you. And to all of our listeners out there, thank you for tuning in to Mixin' It. On behalf of all of us here at Sim Radio, this is Nicki Kris. Until next time, keep on mixing it.